Alright guys, I hope by this point you've already copied down these two example problems. So if you haven't, go ahead and pause this video, go back to the notes prior, the screenshot that I've just done, so you can copy these down. So the very first problem is this one. The man plants a tree and attaches an 8-foot wire to the tree and connects it to a stake on the ground. It's very wordy, and so we're going to have to kind of make sense of that. The angle of elevation from the stake to the tree is 40 degrees. Find to the nearest tenth the height of the connection point on the tree. So first things first, what I want you guys to do is to please remember those buck strategies that we went over. I'm just going to go ahead and underline the most important things on this problem. So a man plants a tree and attaches an 8-foot wire to the tree and connects it to a stake in the ground. So a man plants a tree. Is that important to me? Not really. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of I want to underline what's important. He attaches an 8-foot wire to the tree. Do you think that's going to be important? Probably so. So 8-foot wire is connected to the tree. Okay? And so he gets this 8-foot wire. He has a tree. He gets this 8-foot wire. He connects it to the tree and connects it to a stake on the ground. Do you guys know what a stake is? A stake, not the kind you eat, but a stake is something that is attached to the ground, almost like a little hook. So you kind of put this hook on the ground so that you can connect the wire on there. Use it for camping. I don't know if you guys have been camping or not. Okay, so he connects it to the stake on the ground. Okay, so I know I'm going to have to draw a stake somewhere in there. The angle of elevation from the stake to the tree is 42 degrees. You know that's going to be important. That's our angle of elevation. I'll just go ahead and underline this entire sentence. Okay, now they're asking us to find the nearest tenth, the height of the connection point on the tree. Okay, so let me go ahead and draw this out because this is really confusing. So I'm going to start from the beginning. A man plants a tree. Okay, here's my tree. All right. He attaches an 8-foot wire to the tree and connects it to a stake on the ground. Remember, a stake is almost like a little hook, right? You can go ahead and connect stuff to it. So he has this tree. Just to hold this tree in place, he went ahead and put a wire on there. We do this all the time to our trees when they're growing, when they're not growing straight, right? So that's what we have. That's my 8-foot wire. I'm going to label this because I know that this guy right here is 8 feet. And then I know, obviously this is my ground here. They didn't mention that, but I know that's the ground. All right, so far, a man plants a tree and attaches an 8-foot wire to the tree and connects it to a stake in the ground. That's what we have so far. Okay. The angle of elevation from the stake to the tree is 42 degrees. Remember the angle of elevation that we're talking about? So that's an angle of elevation. Starts from the bottom, goes to the top. So this angle right here that's formed starts from the bottom, goes to the top. So this angle here is actually how much? 42 degrees. Okay. So I know that's 42 degrees. And now they said, find to the nearest tenth the height of the connection point on the tree. So here's a connection point. That's where they connected this wire from going from the stake to this connection point. So they want to find out the height from here to here. So that's X. All right. So I think the hardest part with these problems is to try to figure out or to draw these pictures on there. To try to figure out, I mean, I'm pretty sure using the trig ratio, so you guys will be able to find X. But this is the hardest part. I'm going to go ahead and move on to this example so that we can draw this picture. This one I think is a little bit more straightforward because there's, I mean, some of the stuff on here was very wordy. But some of these problems are going to be wordy, so I want you guys to try to make as much sense of them as possible. Okay, so it says a ladder leans against a brick wall. Okay. So I know I'm going to draw a ladder with a brick wall. The foot of the ladder is 6 feet from the wall. The ladder reaches the height of 15 feet on the wall. Find to the nearest tenth the angle the ladder makes with the wall. Okay, so lots of stuff going on here. A ladder leans against a brick wall. The foot of the ladder is 6 feet. Okay, so the foot, when I say the foot, you know I'm talking about the bottom of the ladder is 6 feet. Sorry guys, I'm trying to let me zoom in here. Okay, so the foot of the ladder is 6 feet from the wall. The ladder reaches the height of 15 feet on the wall. And then this is our question. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw this picture again. So I have a ladder leans against a brick wall. Here's my brick wall right here. Okay, that's my brick wall. Let me draw the bricks because it's going to look like the ladder, but it's not the ladder. Okay, so this is the brick wall. And I have this ladder that is leaning against this brick wall. Now, if it's leaning, you know it's kind of leaning over. It's not straight on it, right? Okay. So ladder leans against a brick wall. The foot of the ladder is 6 feet from the wall. Now, where's the foot on this ladder? It's obviously not on the top. You know, the foot of the ladder is right here. So it says the foot of the ladder is 6 feet from the wall. So the distance from the foot to the wall is 6 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and make this right here. So this right here is 6 feet. Okay. Now the ladder reaches a height of 15 feet on the wall. So this seems really confusing because it says the ladder reaches a height of 15 feet on the wall. It seems like, is the ladder 15 feet? No, the ladder reaches a height of 15 feet on the wall. So really what they're saying in that very weird sentence is that this here is 15 feet. Because think about it, the height of the ladder, the way it is right now, is actually 15 feet. That means that this right here is 15 feet, right? So from here to here is 15 feet. A little confusing, but I hope the examples that I give you aren't going to be as confusing. Again, send me messages if you guys are confused with any of these. So again, the height of the ladder. Now what they're asking us to find is the angle the ladder makes with the wall. So what are they asking us to find? The angle the ladder makes with the wall. So am I talking about this angle? I know this one's my 90-degree angle because again, we're always assuming that these are vertical. This is the angle that the ladder makes with the ground, right? This here is the angle that the ladder makes with the wall. So they want you to find this angle right here. All right, so you guys already know how to do that. Again, I want us to focus on actually drawing the pictures with these, okay? So this is what this problem would look like. All right, guys. So I want you guys to practice again drawing the pictures. Look at the next problems. You don't have to work them out yet. I definitely want you guys to practice just, again, drawing pictures from whatever context I'm giving you. All right, bye.